Another Salt Lake City, Utah trip with the boys. We go climbing at the Front Climbing Center. Of course, we go deep water soloing for the first time. Lots of cliff diving. Plus, we do another L trail where I crash multiple times on the bike. A lot of good stuff, so check it out. This is late 2021. It's been more than a year since the boys have got together for a field trip. Things are finally starting to open back up again, so I fly up to Salt Lake City, Utah to hang out with Jon, Alby, and Wes. So of course we can do some more climbing. We also plan to do another L trail and then go out to the Kazi Reservoir to do some deep water soloing. This was my first time deep water soloing, and for sure something that was on the bucket list, something I knew I had to do and that I was gonna love, and of course I did. So lots of cool stuff. Plus, we planned a longer L trail with multiple stops, a longer day, and I end up crashing a couple times over some bullshit. And of course, since I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah, I definitely have to go hit up the Front Climbing Center and do some climbing. So let's just start there. The Front Climbing Gym is the first place I started climbing whenever I was a climber, and so it definitely feels like a home gym to me. It's like where it all began, where it started, where my roots are, my home away from home. So it definitely feels like a home climbing gym to me, even though I don't live in Salt Lake City. Even though the Front started as a smaller home gym in 1989, it is definitely one of the first commercial climbing gyms. And though I always say I'm climbing at the Front, they actually have 3 locations as of now in Salt Lake City, Utah. There is talks of a secret 4th out-of-state location. The ground's already purchased. Plans have already been talked about. And so I don't want to spoil it. Though, if you bribe me, I might let you know where it's at. I'll give you a hint. It'll be easy for me to check out on a daily basis. Okay, but anyway, so they have 3 main locations up in the Salt Lake City area. So they got the Ogden branch, they got like South Main, I think is what they call it, and then they got the SLC, Salt Lake City one, the main one. And so that's the one I climb at basically every time. So let me give you a tour. So when you first walk in, you have the gear shop, which of course has a shit ton of climbing gear. You have the Front merch, plus clothing from top outdoor brands. You got climbing accessories and a shit ton of climbing shoes that you can choose from and try on. I'm sure if you have a membership, you get a discount too. I don't know, maybe check the website. In that first main building is where you're going to find all the rope climbing. So there's 15,000 square feet of rope climbing. You got the top rope, you got lead climbing, of course, and then you got the auto belays, and the walls go up to 70 feet high. Damn, dude, that is freaking tall. My first time climbing there, dude, I was so freaking pumped. You don't realize what kind of muscles you use whenever you're climbing. Completely different than just like day-to-day type of working out type of shit. But climbing on those 70-foot walls for the first time climbing ever, damn, man, I was gassed. Tons of rope climbing for sure, though tons of bouldering as well. So they have 2 separate section areas for bouldering. They have a smaller section in that first main building with mostly overhang. Then in the back, they have a full wall-to-wall area full of bouldering, only bouldering in that back climbing area. So you got some slab, you got the vert wall, you got some cave stuff, and you got this huge wave area in the very back. 10,000 square feet of total bouldering throughout the entire gym. Plus, in that back building is where you're going to find all the training stuff. So you got the kilter board, you got the moon board, you got the tension board. You even have a crack climbing wall, which is super cool. I've never seen that before, but it's like a training wall to train for crack climbing. Plus, you got different training boards for like, you know, like the hangboard type shit, and just like, you know, climbing specific shit. plus a little bit of like weightlifting stuff back there as well. Though if you are looking for more weightlifting type of shit, back in the main building on the second floor is where you're going to find the full-blown fitness center with all the free weights, the Olympic style lifting, the cardio equipment, the full-blown workout room. Then on top of that, on the third floor is where you're going to find a cafe, burritos, smoothies, sandwiches, and beer. Like what? Super dope. So you climb, train, get the pump, and then you head up for a brewski and then sneak back down for some more climbing. And then on that third floor is where they're also going to have like special climbing training rooms. I've never seen them, but I've seen pictures and I've seen like little sneak peeks when people open up the door. But there's like rooms for like training little tiny climbers, like kids. There's more. They have rooms for classes. So they do like KIIT classes. They have like yoga classes. They have like Tai Chi. And there's like, I think my friend was doing like judo. I'm not too sure, some type of wrestling type shit at one point. Plus they got showers and locker rooms downstairs. On top of the facilities alone, they host events throughout the year. They have like a summer series where they bring out like music to play out in the back courtyard. They have different climbing events throughout the year for like a dyno competition. They have the dead point competition, one of my favorite events throughout the entire year, the Halloween climbing competition. So super dope climbing gym for sure. I'm gonna read it word for word so I don't fuck it up. Though the mission is to create innovative spaces that maximize the climbing experience, inspire meaningful connections, and foster an engaged community. And dude, they fucking nail it, man. Especially the engaged community thing. Whenever you go there, I feel it's like a really cool community for sure. Like the way, I don't know how to describe the community, you know what I mean? But it just like feels like a good, solid climbing community whenever you go there. You just feel it. You just feel it. It's cool vibes for sure. Even though I got in trouble for filming with my nice camera, they said I couldn't do it. So I tried to record like a cool full-blown tour of the climbing gym with my nice like mirrorless camera, though they said I can't. I have to contact their media team to do that. I can only record with my phone. I of course I obliged because I'm not trying to cause drama, and it's like whatever, okay, cool. But here's my thinking though, why wouldn't you want, I asked the guy, wouldn't you want like nicer footage than phone quality footage if someone was trying to hype you up, right? But oh well, it's whatever. But dude, yeah, top tier climbing center for sure. And spoiler alert, there's Olympic climbers that climb there. So you know, if Olympic climbers are climbing there, it's gotta be good, right? You know, if they produce that kind of talent. It was basically myself and Alby climbing that day, so here are some of the climbs that we did.
Yeah, there you go. All the way up, yeah. Nice, you got it. Just one more move. Oh yeah.
Making its appearance back again in 2021, the L Trail. Dude, I fucking love the L Trail. Okay, so it was John and myself again, though this time Alby was able to join us for the L Trail. Wes was unfortunately not allowed to come. That's on some if you know type of shit, but he wasn't allowed to come. But he was allowed to drop us off, so that was super dope of him. So what is the L Trail? If you haven't watched the first video, it's basically a bar crawl on bikes. We get a pass, we ride from place to place on the bikes, drinking beer, checking out different breweries throughout the Salt Lake City area. So we done it once before and it was kind of like a rough first go around, and this time was a lot better, though at the same time I did crash a couple times. Dude, but I crashed on some major bullshit too. Like it wasn't even my fault for the most part. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. But good times for sure. No one was majorly injured or anything, so came out as a win. But yeah, check it out while I explain it more. What is the L Trail and how does it work? You're probably asking yourself. Well, the L Trail, as we call it, is a bar crawl on bicycles. So we hop on bikes and we go from brewery to brewery, drinking beer and just seeing the city. A lot of fucking fun, highly recommended, 10 out of 10. The way it works is you buy a brewery pass from visitsaltlake.com and you get a credit at different breweries and basically like discounts. Right now, at the time of making this video, you can get a brew pass for $20 for a 24-hour pass, and that gives you a $5 credit at 15 different breweries. Also, at the time of making this video, most places are going for around $5 a beer too. So after 4 places, you're getting a deal on beer, and the more places you go, the better that deal gets. Basically, at every stop, you're paying $0 for a beer. If you're going to go out day drinking and checking out different breweries, this is for sure 100% the way to go. It's like a no-brainer. Like, there's no other reason why you wouldn't just get this, for sure. Like I said, after 4 places, you're getting a discount. And so if you think you're going to get to 4 different places, then might as well just get it. And then, who knows, you might go to 5 stops, 6 stops, 7 stops, up to 15 15 different breweries, dude. It's such a smoking deal. Now, if you are not someone who wants to bang them all out in one go, in one day, under 24 hours, you can also buy a 3-day pass or a 90-day pass. Now, they do get more pricier, a little bit, with 3-day passes and 90-day passes. Of course, because you can spread it out and you don't have that pressure of just getting them all within that time frame. Though, if you're someone who just lives in Salt Lake City, Utah, and you plan on visiting these multiple breweries throughout your lifetime, or at least within 90 days, it would be a good deal to get the brewery pass anyway. What we do is buy a 24-hour pass and see as many breweries as we can while drinking responsibly on the bikes. We started around the Mill Creek Canyon area this time, or at least I think. I'm not too sure. I'm not really familiar with the area. I just kind of looked and guesstimated on the map of where we were and where I think we were. Though, I'm pretty sure it was at Mill Creek Canyon area. I just know it was a lot closer towards the mountains, and it was pretty cool because we were able to get a nice little ride in before the drinking began, and it was such a beautiful, amazing day. The weather was perfect. Absolutely fucking perfect, at least during the beginning of the day. Now, something to take note is that Alby and myself rented bikes that day because we didn't fly our bikes out. At the time, I didn't have my traveling bike case, so I just ended up renting a bike. And it was actually pretty cool and easy and affordable. If I remember correctly, we just called ahead and asked if we can rent bikes. They said they had bikes available for the day, and then we just showed up and got bikes. I can't remember. I'm 90% sure we got them the day before, maybe got them that morning. Can't remember. I do remember though, it was pretty easy. We just showed up, signed the waiver, and picked up the bike and then left. The bike I'm used to riding though is an Aventon Matero fixed gear bike, brakeless. And so riding on this like multi-level tier shifter geared bike, dude, I was just like so out of it. It's been years since I rode a bike with gears, and shifting was just like so awkward for me. I just wasn't used to it. I couldn't remember what shifter did what, like in which direction I was supposed to go, if I was supposed to click the little piece or the big piece to go down a gear or go up a gear. I couldn't remember which side, left or right, was for the back gear. I just was so lost. So for the beginning part of the ride, I was basically playing around with the shifters, trying to make heads and tails of what the fuck I was doing. I practiced like a little bit before the ride, though. I mean, a little 5-minute crash course isn't going to stick in my head. So yeah, definitely during the beginning part of the day, I was really just trying to get used to shifting gears again. And it's not like I don't know how to do it. It's just I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember how shifting gears went with the little gear and then with the big gear and then my left and right side. It's if you know, you know. Also with the bike, those pedals were slick as fuck, man. It was like riding on ice. At least it felt like it, because usually I clip in with my bike. It makes things a lot easier to backpedal and brake and skid out with the brakeless. Though with the bike I rented, they had like super slick pedals and my shoes had zero grip, and so whenever I was pedaling, I just kept on slipping off for some reason. I was just like, it was just weird at the beginning, trying to get used to the bike. And again, it wasn't like I didn't know how to ride the bike. It was just like little things here and there where it's like, oh, okay, that's a little bit different and weird, and just trying to get a feel for it, you know? But yeah, just whenever I was going down the descents, I was pedaling pretty fast and my foot just kept on slipping out from underneath me. And I was like, oh shit. Anyways, yeah, if you are looking to get down on some bike riding in the Salt Lake City area and you don't have your bike on you, there's a couple spots, at least one for sure, where you could rent a bike and go riding for the day and check out the scene. The beginning was mostly downhill, so that was really fucking nice, doing a descent at the beginning of the ride. Though I wasn't sure about the route, so I was a little nervous about going too fast. I didn't want to pick up like major speed, and then there was like a 90-degree turn at the bottom of the hill. So I was definitely kind of keeping it around like 85-90% of power going down, just to be sure, because I don't have health insurance and I wasn't trying to fuck up the bike that I rented and pay like $1,500, $2,000 for a new bike that's broken. Doing a little ride before the L Trail was like super fun for sure. It was a nice way to just see the city, enjoy the day, get the blood going, and drink a well-deserved first beer. Super fun, and for sure a pro tip if you're going to do your own L Trail. Do just get like a little ride in beforehand, see the city, go down to one of the bike trails. Salt Lake City can be a very bike-friendly place from what I've seen. Alright, so the first stop, level crossings. So here is how it works. The Brew Pass is in an app, and what you do is you just find whatever brewery you're at and then just redeem the credit. The bartender just takes that off your balance, and then you just pay any remaining balance, if any. Like I said, you typically get a $5 credit at most of these places, and a lot of these beers are like $4.50, $5, $5.50, and so sometimes you pay nothing, and sometimes you pay like 5 cents, 50 cents. It's so nice. It's so cool. You can use that credit for a beer, which is like what I'd imagine most people do, or it goes towards food sometimes, or merchandise if you want to pick up like a t-shirt or whatever. Though, come on, it's the L Trail. You're definitely buying beer. Tip number 1, start as early as you can. The earlier you start, the more places you can go while drinking responsibly. If you try to cram a bunch of places in a short amount of time, you'll definitely feel the effects of alcohol a lot more, which is not recommended while you're riding around on the bicycles. But hey, do you? I mean, this is your show. This is your world. I'm just living in it. I'm just giving you my personal experience. Our goal is not to get plastered and wasted and fucking shit-faced. We just like to have a chill day riding the bike and catching up. We usually haven't seen each other in quite some time. During this ride, we haven't seen each other in like over a year. So, I don't know, it's just a fun way to catch up over some brews. We're going to be drinking beer and catching up and telling stories and all that fun shit anyway, so this is just a fun way to do it. Hop on the bike, go to one place, drink a beer, shoot the shit, jump on the bike again, go to another place, bring up some old stories. It's a fun way to spend the day for sure. Also, you don't feel rushed. You don't feel rushed like you're trying to slam a beer, get on the bike, and then sprint to the next place. You're able to drink a beer, relax, ride to the next spot, drink another beer, relax, and just chill, dude. Tip number 2, plan your route.
Jon is our local tour guide, so he knows where to go and the best way to go. Though, if you're not from there, or this is your first time doing it, or maybe you're just not familiar with all the different breweries that are on the Brew Pass, just map it out the night before or whatever. That way you have a nice, easy, linear way of going along your ride. I mean, you could just fucking zigzag around Salt Lake City if you want to. Again, this is your fucking show, dude. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying, if you can, it might be best. It might be a more enjoyable experience to have an easier ride from place to place. When you get the Brew Pass, check out the different breweries and then just map it out and go from place to place in a more convenient fashion. Keep in mind, some places open up later or some places close earlier than others. Also, some places are even closed the full fucking day. A lot of places are closed on Monday for some reason. Found that out the hard way. But yeah, so check out the business hours because you don't want to roll up to a spot and find out they're closed. That's such a fucking bummer, dude. So just keep that in mind, like when place is open, when place is closed, whenever you're mapping out your route. Tip number 3, what to bring. Now, if you're an avid cyclist, you basically just bring all the shit you would on a normal bike ride. Though, if you don't ride the bike, here's some things you might want to consider. Bring your helmet, for sure. Bring a bike lock. Bring bike lights, front and rear. Even if you're starting early in the day and you don't plan on riding all night, who knows? It might get dark, whatever. I don't know. Just bring lights. You won't regret it. Bring extra tubes and a pump to fix a flat. You don't want to be left stranded. Of course, have your phone. I'd imagine you wouldn't leave home without it. Though have your phone and a portable charger with your charging cable. Again, this Brew Pass is an app on your phone, so you're going to need to be able to access it throughout the entire day. Plus, I'd imagine you'd be playing on your phone at the different breweries and just, I don't know, you're gonna go through your battery pretty quick, so bring a charger. Bring your ID, of course, because these fuckers in Salt Lake City don't play. They are scanning IDs no matter how old you look, dude. They are strict AF in Salt Lake City. Bring your ID. You want to drink the beer, right? So bring your ID. Bring cash. A lot of these places, you're not going to have to pay for a beer at all, or you're going to have to pay maybe like 50, 75 cents. And so it may just make things a lot easier to have cash. Plus, if you're into tipping, just having cash on hand will just be better for that. Tip number 4, drink plenty of water throughout the day. I recommend a glass of water per stop. Now, that's just good sense for any drinking whatsoever. If you're going out drinking, drink water along with that to prevent the hangovers and just feeling like shit. Though, if you're going to be riding around town, you just want to be extra hydrated. You know, that H2O, high quality H2O, you need it in your system. You want it inside of you. Drink that shit. Tip number 5, have a food stop planned. Most places serve food, so take advantage and get something or not. You'll be drinking a lot and burning calories riding, so it's probably best, you know? I don't know. I'm not a nutritionist. I just know it was fun eating that day. So it's a tip. It made the cut, and it's an excuse to get some Utah fry sauce. Dude, if you haven't tried Utah fry sauce, it's so good. It's simple, apparently, if you talk to people about it. I don't care how fucking simple it is, or if you can make it at home. No, go to a brewery, get some fried food, and eat that shit with Utah fry sauce. It's so good. That's tip number 5. Tip number 6, from experience, wear your helmet at all times. Dude, don't be too cool to wear a helmet. It's your fucking head. It's your brain. You don't want to fuck that shit up. Even if your bro is like, hey man, this brewery is just like down the street, a block away. Take the time to put that shit on, because anything could happen, and anything did happen to me. Luckily, I didn't smash my head, though it could have ended up a lot worse. And so the one time The one time, I swear, I always wear my helmet. I'm never too cool to wear my helmet. Dude, I fucking love wearing my helmet. I wear my helmet inside at bars all the time when I ride my bike. I just think it's fucking hilarious for some reason to wear your helmet. Because people think you look ridiculous. And people thinking it looks stupid just makes that much funner to to wear a helmet inside. And the one time I didn't, of course I fell. So wear your helmet, protect your shit, or don't. Again, this is just a tip. Tip number 7, check the weather. I hardly check the weather. I like never do. That's like 60-year-old grandma shit to check the weather. Though I should probably start doing that a lot more because I go up to places and I'm never fucking prepared for the weather. I'm always cold as shit or hot as fuck. Or I get caught in the rain. It rained on this ride. Luckily, we had rain jackets because we did check the weather and we knew it was going to rain. So check the weather. If you're going to get caught in the rain, you want a rain jacket. If it's going to be cold as fuck, you want a jacket. Or it's going to be hot as balls. You just want to be wearing that light gear shit. You know what I mean? Check the weather. Ride prepared. Dress accordingly. Tip number 8. Have fun and be safe. That's just corny. But 100% true. Dude, just have fun. It's the brew ride, you know? And it is a brew ride and you're going to be drinking, so be safe. Drink responsibly. You want to have fun, but the last thing you want to do is see one of your best friends get hurt over some dumb shit. You want to be able to laugh about it later on. So be safe, dude. It's a fun thing to do, whether you live in Salt Lake City or you're visiting. So highly recommended. 10 out of 10. Try that shit out and have fun. Bullshit. Straight up bullshit on both of these crashes, dude. I'm saying it right now. I mean, obviously they weren't pretty preventable for sure, though. I'm calling bullshit on these crashes. I'm not accepting responsibility. Crash number 1. Here we go. Here's the setup. So, first of all, my homie, my dude, my guy tells me, okay, we're just going down the road a bit. And so I'm thinking, all right, it's just a quick ride. I'm not going to put effort into putting on my helmet. Dumb mistake. Don't recommend. Always wear your helmet no matter what. But I didn't do it at that time for some reason. And of course I fall after not doing so. And so we're riding. It's supposed to be a quick trip. We're having a good day. We've already hit up a couple of stops. And of course, I'm the content creator, so I'm out here taking videos. I pull off my GoPro. I have the snap mounts, so I'm taking advantage of being able to pull off my GoPro off my chest mount, flip it around, do a little what's up to the camera, get myself in some footage. And wouldn't you fucking know it, I'm riding with no hands and my fucking front tire takes like a hard left. And what happens when you're going straight and the front tire goes perpendicular to the road? Well, you fucking crash. That's what happens. Here I am riding, having fun, no hands, turn the camera around, peace up, what's up, what's going on? My fucking wheel turns and I crash. Luckily, I just scraped up my hands a bit. I didn't hit my head at all. The bike was okay. The chain just came off, so I had to fix that. All in all, pretty tame crash. I wasn't going too fast, and so definitely lucked out with that one. Mostly embarrassing. Like, come on, dude. Damn it. Yeah, that sucked. So yeah, that one was definitely my fault. Just being stupid on the bike, not wearing a helmet, not riding with my hands. Just me not riding a bike responsibly. 100% chance of rain. Oh shit.
That shit just blew up, dude.
Yeah, it did. Crash number 2 though. Crash number 2 though was fucking bullshit. I swear this one, okay, somewhat my fault. Though, bad, horrible. City planning, design, absolutely horrendous. It's so dumb. So fucking dumb. Okay, so many things going on here. One, it is rainy. Rainy as fuck. Okay, it wasn't coming down hard, though the rain was out. And number 2, it was nighttime. And so what you get is it's dark and rainy and there's water all over the ground, but you have the lights from the street lights coming out. And so it's like glistening on the road. And so, I don't know, it creates an effect whenever you're riding that it makes the road harder to see for sure, because yeah, the lights reflecting from the water, there's a lot going on. And then of course you have the drizzles coming into your eye, and it's dark, and so it really fucks up the vision and seeing what's going out ahead of you and what's going on with the ride. So that's one thing that was going on. Alby was riding in front of me. Alby was going a little bit too slow for my style. Even though it was kind of a chill bike riding day, I wanted to go a little bit faster than what he was going. And so I started passing him. I get a little cocky and go to turn my head to talk shit like normal. Just giving Alby a hard time like usual. And so I turn my head to look back at him and say some dumb shit, some stupid comment probably, and I'm picking up speed. I turn back around to see the road and where I'm going, and at the last fucking second, I look down and some fucking genius put a sidewalk, a curb, I don't know, an island, pedestrian island, I don't know what the fuck you would call it, but someone put that in the middle of a fucking bike lane. Who the fuck does that? Whose idea was it in Salt Lake City, Utah, to put some obstacle in the middle of a fucking bike lane? So here I am picking up speed. I turn my head around and then I see this curb at the last second and I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. I'm about to hit this full fucking head on. This sucks. So in a split decision, quick thinking, I think on my part, which is pretty impressive if I can pat myself on the back, I'm like, fuck, I can either hit this thing going straight on, most likely fuck up the wheel, go flipping over my handlebars, and then day's ruined, or I can accept that I'm going to crash and then just lay the bike down myself. And that's exactly what I do. So I slightly lean to the left and just fucking lay it down myself and crash on my side. And that was that. On your left. Oh shit. Luckily I just landed on my side pretty tamely. I was wearing my helmet, and the worst that happened with that was my ego was definitely fucked up because I was at an intersection and there was lots of people watching. No, come on. Yes, that was okay, slightly my fault because I wasn't paying attention to where I was going for a little bit. Though, come on, who expects there to be a fucking obstacle in the middle of a bike lane? You know, they put in the effort and they put in the time to make an established bike lane, and they completely fuck it up by putting an obstacle right in the middle of it. It's so dumb. So dumb. So if I am to deliver blame on this, I'm probably going 10% myself, 90% the city of fucking Salt Lake City. Alby probably got a good laugh watching me do it. The brewery was like just a little bit further down the road, and so I get there, I bitch about it for quite some time, and we're drinking. I go to pull my phone out, and lo and behold, I have no idea where it's at. And so I'm like, you know what? I probably fucking dropped it whenever I crashed. Run back to the scene of the crime, and sure enough, my phone was laying on the fucking ground right there where I left it. Luckily, no one picked it up. Luckily, it didn't get damaged from the rain. So really lucky that day that nothing major happened with those crashes. Bullshit! The bullshit! Both of them. 100%.
Oh yeah, my knee got kind of fucked up for sure. Oh yeah, you got a pretty good raspberry for sure. Dude, so much freaking fun. 10 out of 10. If you go to the Salt Lake City area, I highly recommend getting one of those brew passes. I don't get like any sort of affiliate money or anything from it. It's just me looking out saying try it, because that shit's fun. Be responsible, be smart about it, you know, be safe, wear a helmet for sure, drink responsibly. Also, I will be posting the full, basically unedited raw L Trail if you're curious about checking that out. It's going to be the full ride to see all of what Salt Lake City has to offer and what it looks like, just, you know, the full vibes. So check that out if you're interested. Goes without saying, I guess, right? That's so dumb. Check it out if you're interested. Dude, deep water soloing. So stoked when Jon told me that there was deep water soloing up in Salt Lake City, Utah. I think I was like watching like a TikTok or YouTube or some shit, and I brought it up to him, and he was like, oh yo, we have that like up here in the Salt Lake area that we can go to. And it also turns out there's deep water soloing here in the Arizona area, like in the Phoenix area. I had no idea. The gatekeepers are real, man. That's why I'm posting these videos, to show people cool shit, so I can spread the knowledge, spread the wealth, you know? I know I said it before, though I'll say it again. It was my first time. I had really no idea what to expect. I mean, kind of. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, you watch it, you look at it, and you know what to expect, right? Though you don't know if you're going to be fully prepared. So I didn't know if I was going to be fully prepared or like what to do. But it's so simple. It's so freaking simple. So we rented paddle boards from like Level 9 Sporting Goods, like right before you leave out to like the Kazi Reservoir Lake area. It's like right there before you go in the middle of nowhere. So you can rent paddle boards for the day, like one of those pump up paddle boards. Dude, so fucking exhausting to do. It's a workout. On top of pumping that shit up, it was so freaking windy that day. So when we park and try to paddle our way out of there, dude, we were like paddling against like some headstrong wind, man. It was so freaking windy that day. On the plus side, I don't remember what day it was, like, of the week, or what day in general. Though there was, like, nobody on the water. Like, literally, like, maybe 5 people in total. It was, like, basically no one. We had the whole freaking river. We had the whole freaking lake to ourselves, basically. Like, anywhere we wanted to go, we could go and not have to like wait on people. If we wanted to jump off some shit, we could jump off some shit whenever. It's so peaceful and relaxing, besides that fucking wind. Another thing to note, it was like a really low water day, and you could tell too whenever you look at the like side of the hill or mountain or whatever, the rocks, you could see kind of like where the water level normally is at, and then like where it's at now. I mean, it's really like no like big deal or whatever. We were still able to climb and jump off cliffs, so it really didn't affect us really. It's more so like what we climbed. because whenever we come back later, like a couple years later, we end up climbing different routes for sure because the water was a lot higher. So we ended up climbing higher up on the rock, whereas now, obviously with the water lower, we just climbed lower shit. Though, something we didn't do, and I didn't do, I just kind of took Jon's word for it, is I didn't dive down below to see and make sure like there's no rocks that we're gonna jump into. Jon just said, yeah, people jump from here, and I just kind of took his word for it. Dude, I put my fucking life in his hands. Just like, oh, okay, people jump from here. Jon said so. I guess I'll jump from here without diving down and checking myself. I mean, I don't think he's like trying to set me up for failure. Like, he doesn't have it out for me. But, you know, you just always kind of, you should be sure, you know? So I didn't do it, though I'd recommend if you're gonna jump off cliffs or do any sort of like cliff diving, you know, swim down below. Make sure you know what's down where you're gonna jump into. Now, as far as the climbing goes, I'm basically the camera guy when it comes to filming all this shit, and so I don't get footage of myself whenever I'm climbing. And the other guys don't really care about making content, so they don't tell me when they're about to climb. They just like start doing shit, and then I'm like, oh, let me start recording. So I don't have all the climbs. So I do have one of the climbs that we did of Jon climbing like this vertical wall that we ended up climbing. At the same time, I'm trying to hold on to the rock to make sure I'm not floating away. It's windy. I'll say that 100 more times throughout this video. It was a windy fucking day. So I was holding on to the rock to make sure I wasn't like floating away. And my camera was like super fucked up. So I'm posting it like where it's showing true to like the angle, but it's gonna look super fucked up, but it's gonna be true to like more of like the angle of the rock. Because if I post it like full on square, it's gonna look like he's climbing overhang or super slabby, and it's not. It's super vertical. It really just had like this kind of like crux at the very beginning, and then just kind of figuring out your feet after that, but super fun. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. Oh yeah. That's it, man. That was the crux. Yeah, and then make your way right. Nice, hell yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. Then the best part, of course, once you top out a boulder deep water soloing, is you get to fucking jump off the cliff, man. And these rocks were high. I was nervous a little bit. I was like, "Urgh." So yeah, I mean, I get like a little nervous, of course, doing it. Though I also just do it, you know? You gotta accept that fear and adrenaline and just take it and harness it and then just whoosh, jump, fly, be free. And it's so much fun. Bam. Just do it. Okay, so if you ever get to top of like a cliff jumping area and like everyone's doing it, you know it's like safe. I mean, safe enough where people are jumping. I mean, anything can happen though. You know what I mean? Okay, so I mean, down below, it's always going to look like not so bad. When you get up there, it's gonna feel like way higher than it actually is. Just take a deep breath. Don't overthink it. And just jump, you know, you're gonna feel that, like that rush. I don't know if you've been on a roller coaster, but you're gonna feel it, like, oh shit. For sure, though, you just gotta jump. Don't overthink about it. Don't spend a long time thinking about it. You don't even have to do a countdown. Just look, line up, make sure you're jumping where you need to jump, and then just go. Once you get it done, it's just like, damn, that was so fucking easy. If you start to build it up and if you stand on top of the rock and you just keep staring down, it's gonna make it worse. You just gotta go for it. Also though, I mean, if you're really not feeling it, then just don't do it, you know, no pressure. Don't let other people pressure. If you really don't feel comfortable doing it, just don't do it, man. It's not that big of a deal. It's a lot of fun though.
Just do it. Just do it.
Now, what all do you need if you're going to go deep water soloing? That's what I was thinking when I was going out, because I've never done it before, and I was like, damn, I don't even know what all to bring. So let me help you out. One, for sure, you need a way to get out there, of course, to the rocks. So whether that's like someone's boat, if you have rich friends, or just like a paddle boat, a paddle board, like we got. It's like a day rental. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was like 50 or 100. It's something like that. Maybe 50. I can't remember. I'll post a link to like the store that we went to at the Kazi Reservoir area if you end up going to that area, so you can rent paddle boards from them and check it out. But yeah, so you need something to get out to the rock, of course, because I mean, it'll be super dangerous to like swim across the fucking lake, you know. You need your climbing shoes, and then you can just like wear your regular climbing shoes, you know, get them wet, whatever. And then if you're like me and you climb a chalk, like you have to have a chalk, bring your chalk. Jon climbs without chalk. I don't know how he does it. He's had like a little tiny bag of chalk last him an entire fucking year. I don't know how. I go through multiple bags of chalk a year. I need it. I need it. And if you're going to bring chalk, so I'm not like a pro. I've only gone a couple times, so this is based off of couple times experience. What I've done is I just put my chalk in my regular little chalk bag inside of a Ziploc bag or like a waterproof bag, and then I'll paddle out to where we're gonna be, stick my hand in, get chalked up, do the climb. I don't take like a bag with me. I don't take a bag with me when I go bouldering anyway. I just chalk up once and then do the climb. I think sometimes people bring out like waterproof bags if they're doing like super long routes and put like just like a little bit of chalk in the bag and then go with that. But not me. I just like chalk up once, leave my chalk on the paddle board, and then climb up. In addition to that Ziploc bag for your chalk, I'd recommend bringing another sort of like waterproof bag for like your phone or whatever shit that you bring out with you. And that's literally it, besides like typical lake shit like sunscreen, sunglasses, shorts, swim gear. As far as climbing goes, I mean, just treat it like a climbing day, really. I'd say the biggest difference is having that like waterproof bag for your chalk and then just a paddle board. Alby even got in on some deep water soloing and some climbing, super dope. He ended up taking a line up the rock, super cool, super proud of him for going up there and doing that.
I mean, the left is harder, but yeah, water to the left. Yeah, try to find a foothold to your left and make your way out that way. Yeah, you don't want to fall back. Fall to your left. Oh, hell yeah.
And Alby was a little nervous jumping off, so he had to pretend his dog was drowning and he had to jump off to save him. After fucking around with some climbing there, we ended up paddling to the other side of the lake to do some more cliff jumping. And I don't know, I feel like that one was not a lot higher, but I feel like that one was higher. There wasn't really like any climbing going on that side. It was basically straight cliff jumping.
Yeah, this is honestly probably the best lake here, just because it's like, it's all a ravine. So I mean, there's even on like hot ass days, it's like shady in those spots. You can just chill.
Super fun times at the lake. It's called Kazi Reservoir though, if you want to go check it out. You can camp there too. I'd recommend making reservations. I could probably drop a link where you can make reservations to go camping as well. I wish I had some more footage of some more climbing though. Oh well. Dude, I was super stoked to be able to hang out with the guys again after the COVID lockdown. Such fun times up in Salt Lake City, Utah. Though after that, the guys come down to visit me in Phoenix, and so I'll have that video coming out. Plus, we head out to Albuquerque, New Mexico to do some climbing and some hanging with some other friends of ours. Go out to a Deftones concert, super fun. So be on the lookout for those videos. Plus, more climbing videos, more cycling videos, a lot of cool shit. So, of course, subscribe, like, comment, all that shit.